guys? What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 6 of FNS Sports Media. I'm Cooper,
My name's Aaron.
and let's get right into it. Alright, as you saw it, we're going to be doing a mock draft 2.0. Earlier in our episodes, we did our first mock draft, but since then there's been some changes. Lots of changes, actually, and so we're gonna do it again and see how much changed. And with the draft tonight, we're going to see if we mocked it right. And all right, let's get right into it. For the first pick, the Carolina Panthers select Bryce Young.
Bryce Young, quarterback, Alabama, seems to be the overwhelming choice to go number one. In my opinion, I'm not a professional draft guru or whatever, but Bryce Young seems to be the best quarterback in the draft. And if you're Carolina, you don't trade all the way up to number one and not take the best quarterback available.
Yeah, definitely. All right, number 2, the Houston Texans select Will Anderson Jr. So Will Anderson Jr. has been starting to creep into these new mock drafts, bigger and bigger, and his percentages have just skyrocketed. Before he was going 5 or 6, and now he's could go 2, and we've been going 2 because Texans are going to pass on C.J. Stroud. He's not who they wanted. If Carolina takes Bryce Young, who's what they wanted, they're not gonna take C.J. Stroud just because DeMeco Ryans just probably doesn't think he's the right fit, and Will Anderson Jr. is a leader and he plays great football.
Yep. As a Texans fan, sort of sad that we're not gonna be able to pick up Bryce Young. But next best thing is to take the best defensive player available.
Definitely. For the number 3 in the FNS Sports Media 2.0 mock draft, the Cardinals select Tyree Wilson.
Yep, a lot of back and forth whether or not it's going to be Will Anderson or Tyree Wilson for the Texans. The Cardinals are going to take whichever defensive player the Texans don't take. So in our mock draft 2.0, Will Anderson's already off the board, so the Cardinals select Tyree Wilson.
He's just a beast.
Yeah.
Pick 4. The Colts select C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, the Colts needing a quarterback. They're grateful to the Texans for not taking a quarterback and leaving the Colts to select the leftovers of whatever happens after Bryce Young's off the board. Colts select C.J. Stroud, maybe the most pro-ready of the 4 quarterbacks that are looking to go in the first round. But the ceiling's just not as high as it is with Bryce Young.
Definitely. For the 5th pick, the Seahawks select Jalen Carter.
Yeah, again, this just feels like a Pete Carroll pick. A guy like Jalen Carter, lots of talent, all the talent in the world. Maybe some maturity issues or whatever, but this feels like the kind of pick that Pete Carroll would make anyway. See if Pete Carroll can get him back in shape. He showed up out of shape to the combine and pro day, causing him to fall a little bit. The Seahawks will be more than happy to take him at 5, though.
Yeah. For the 6th pick, the Lions select Devin Witherspoon.
Devin Witherspoon's another guy who's been shooting up people's draft boards lately. Going to be the first cornerback taken off the board. He had a great career at Illinois, and people have just kind of fallen in love with him throughout the draft process, throughout the combines and the pro days and everything else. Lions are looking to improve their defense and continue making an impact, taking the best overall cornerback.
Definitely. 7th pick, the Raiders select Christian Gonzalez.
Another cornerback. This one out of Oregon. The Raiders have been looking for a cornerback the whole time. Once Witherspoon's off the board, there's no way that they could wait and try to get one later. They got to get one now. So Christian Gonzalez in mock draft 1.0 was our first cornerback off the board. But like I said, Devin Witherspoon's just been shooting up everybody's draft boards, and so the Raiders went ahead and jumped on Christian Gonzalez.
Definitely. Number 8, the Falcons select Nolan Smith.
Yeah, another edge rusher out of Georgia here. Just an all-around workout warrior. His combine numbers were incredible. Didn't have the most productive career statistics-wise at Georgia, but he's got the body type, he's got the body shape, he's got the physical. He has all the physical abilities. Had a few injury concerns while at Georgia, but he just couldn't fall any further after the way that he performed at the combine.
Definitely. Number 9, the Bears select Peter Skoronski.
Yep, I think this was the Bears' plan all along. Trade down, make people think that maybe they were going to move on from Justin Fields, but all along I think the Bears are looking for an offensive lineman. Skoronski may project better as a guard in the NFL. He played tackle in college, but he's the kind of guy that can anchor an offensive line for the next decade. So
definitely. For number 10, the Eagles select Emmanuel Forbes.
Yeah, a little bit of a run on cornerbacks here in the first half of the first round. The Eagles definitely have holes in the back end of their secondary, trying to fill those out. Emmanuel Forbes had a pretty good career at Mississippi State. As an Ole Miss fan myself, it's a little hard to give props to a Bulldog, but Forbes had a really solid career, and I think that he could definitely help out the Eagles, help them with the back end of their pass protection.
Definitely. Number 11, the Tennessee Titans select Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, Anthony Richardson. I think he's one of those guys. He's going to be a boom or bust, right? He can throw the ball 80 yards. He can truck guys as he's running. You don't exactly know where the ball's going when he throws it, but he throws it really hard. And so the Titans are a situation where
if they can catch it
and not break their fingers or whatnot, but Anthony Richardson will be going to a situation of the Titans where he can sit behind Ryan Tannehill for a year, learn, get some of the mechanics under control. Also, kind of feels like the end of the Malik Willis era in Tennessee after just 1 year. Looks like the Titans might be moving on.
For number 12, the Texans again. So with Anthony Richardson, Bryce Young, and C.J. Stroud off the board, the Texans went with Will Anderson Jr. and on the second pick. It was kind of foreshadowing, you know what I mean? Like the Texans they take Will Levis. Will Levis will help with the Texans offense, and they'll be able to pass for more yards. And hopefully, if he actually plays well, which you never know, could be just like Anthony Richardson, could be boom or bust again. If he plays well, the Texans will definitely succeed from it.
Yeah, I think so too. The Texans had to go into the year. They just couldn't go into the year with Davis Mills or Case Keenum.
Definitely.
As the two quarterbacks in the roster, there has to be some eye on the future. Has to be some eye on the future there. Personally, out of Anthony Richardson and Will Levis, I'm glad that the Titans took Richardson. I think that Will Levis has better pro prospects, if you ask me. Just more experience in the college game. They're going to be willing to, able to dedicate more time to him, to his development. They're going to be able to be patient with him, and I think that Will Levis will be the better pick here. Again, I wish we could have taken Bryce Young,
But you gotta do what you gotta do.
But you gotta do what you gotta do, and this is what the Texans just gotta do at this point.
Yes. 13, the Packers from the swap with the Jets.
Yeah, so the Packers, I love this pick here. Okay. So you got the Packers, they get the pick swap with the Jets in the Aaron Rodgers trade. This is just almost like the ultimate slap in the face to Aaron Rodgers, right? During his entire time in Green Bay, it felt like the Packers never surrounded Aaron Rodgers with the offensive weapons that he needs to be successful. Never taking like a wide receiver or a running back in the first round and everything else. As soon as they get rid of Aaron Rodgers, hey, boom, we're gonna take the best wide receiver available in the draft. And so
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yeah, so Jordan Love's gonna have a brand new shiny tool to play with there, but it feels kind of like a little bit of a slap in the face to Aaron Rodgers for the Packers to take a offensive skill player now.
Yeah. 14, the Patriots with Paris Johnson Jr. still on the board. The Patriots would gladly take him.
Yeah, Patriots looking to upgrade the offensive line. Skoronski's off the board already, but like I said earlier, he projects more as a guard. Looking to take the best, maybe overall pure offensive tackle in the draft, Paris Johnson Jr. giving them another anchor for their offensive line.
15, the Jets, and also our last pick in the mock draft, Broderick Jones. How do you feel about it?
This feels kind of feels like it's going to be the pick for the Jets. They just traded to get Aaron Rodgers, who's not necessarily a spring chicken. Getting up there in age, he's got some offensive weapons around him to throw to. Definitely a better wide receiver core than he had in Green Bay. Give him an offensive lineman, somebody who can keep the old men standing.
Definitely. All right, next. We'll go to another section of. Welcome to another section of sporting news, and today we're going to be going over some more news. And there's been a lot of news around, but it's the Cardinals. Like, they've had a rough start, but there's three main things that that has been going on right now. Nolan Gorman has been awesome for them. Like, he's super great. The Cardinals really just need pitchers. Like, if they don't get any pitchers on the board, like Jack Flaherty, they really need him to produce.
Yeah, Cardinals are struggling to start the season. They got it's the worst start for the Cardinals since 1973.
Yes.
I mean, something definitely has to change. They sent Jordan Walker.
Yes, they're back.
I mean, which it's sort of
he played great in the first few games, but then he just went.
Yeah, he's been kind of struggling a little bit, and the other outfielders are kind of struggling as well. I think part of the problem is there's just not a lot of consistency in the lineup from day to day. They're trying to find at bats for all of these players, and nobody can really get into a rhythm. So the easiest thing to do, send Jordan Walker down to the minors where he can get consistent at bats in Memphis. But it'll also give consistent at bats to the other outfielders that are of Burleson and Carlson and Nootbaar and O'Neill, giving them a little more consistency. But like you said, something's got to change with the pitching because The Cardinals are just giving up way too many runs.
Yeah, and Dylan Carlson, he's definitely not been performing at his best.
Yeah, he's struggled to start the season. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens if they can get him some more consistent at bats. And if that doesn't change things, it might be time to start thinking about pushing the panic button in St. Louis.
Yes. All right. Last but not least, the Aaron Rodgers trade. It's been a little bit since the trade, but how do you feel about it?
I don't know. I like Aaron Rodgers. seems like, he's had a great career. It just lately it seems like one weird thing after another
Yeah,
with
he's
him.
not
Uh,
really trying.
almost like a little bit of a diva or a drama queen, and I don't know. I'm just kind of over it a little bit. I just wish people would just play ball. He did the same thing last year, demanding more money, demanding this, demanding that.
Yeah.
Then he came out and didn't exactly have a great season last year. And he comes back this season at the end of last season, beginning in this off season, just demanding a trade again. Gets the trade done, goes into his dark room cave thing for a month or 3 days or whatever it was. I don't even remember, trying to figure out what's going on. It's just like, man, you just need to calm down. If it turns out that it works for the Jets, great. But this has in my mind, I'm seeing the writing on the wall that this is going to be a flame out. Not seeing this being an overly productive trade. An overly productive trade for the Jets. Kind of a sad ending to Aaron Rodgers' career.
Yeah, definitely very sad. All right. Special thanks to Clutch Points ESPN and MOB.com. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, like, and hit that notification bell. See you guys later.